Hello and welcome everyone to a Sacred Symbols reading. I'm your host, Desiree DeMars, and this reading is for the Pisces new moon coming up on the 10th of March 2024. I want to read a few keywords that I had set aside to just give us a foundation for the energies that are coming through. It's the second of 5 super moons, so it's actually a Pisces super new moon. And I thought it was interesting that it's also aligning with the start of daylight savings time. So I could feel today the shift in energy. I'm recording this later than I usually do. It's still light out, so it's feeling like definitely spring in the northern hemisphere is awakening, is coming into manifestation. So keywords: creativity, dreams, imagination, overwhelm, flooding, emotional compassion, new discoveries, especially on the 21st. I know I mention Pam Gregory a lot, but she was talking about the significance of the 21st being really important. New discoveries, quantum leaps, awakening, revolution. The planet Earth is going through an evolutionary process that we've never experienced before, and so, of course, are we. So with that said, and with the idea of this beautiful super Piscean new moon coming up on the 10th, let's take a few breaths and really ground ourselves wherever we are. Ooh, wow. Yeah, just allow yourself to take a couple of breaths at least in through the nose. Really fill the lungs up fully, and then take even more breath in. And feel that expansion as you slowly then allow the air to be released through your mouth. Inhale, expand even further. Hold for a moment and then exhale. Just feel the head, neck, and shoulders relax. The vagal nerve is activated. We are feeling a sensation or being aware of a brilliant white light that comes down from the heavens always, but anchors us down to the center of the earth. And now we are placing our attention. We are sitting in the I am presence of our own soul, of our higher truth, of our highest wisdom, our higher self, and that is allowing us to be even more aware, to be aware of the superconscious field, the Akka field, the all that is, the great mystery that surrounds us always. It's just a matter of us tweaking or fine-tuning our frequency to it. So as you attune your frequency to this brilliant white light, feel it anchor you all the way down to the center of the earth, then allow that life force, that brilliant and warm, vibrant life force at the center of the earth, this iron molten core, feel it flowing up, activating your first chakra, the color red, and in so doing we are activating all of our chakras so that all of our chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white spilling out over the top of your head. Allow your imagination to feel, to sense this rainbow light now that is infused with all the colors of our chakras. And the central core channel, our hemoglobin, our iron within our own blood. Feel that bringing this vital life force to you, to all your cells, organs, and tissues in the body. And just feeling the gratitude and appreciation for this knowing, for this ability to turn that switch on, to activate your own life force and shift into a higher frequency. And just imagine, if you will, this toroidal field, this infinite and eternal flow of life, of energy. Feel the gratitude and appreciation that comes from your heart, flows outward, out into this sacred circle that surrounds each of us wherever we sit, and then expands out even further, out into the room, into the building that you're in, even further out into the space where our ancestors roamed, and our ancestors now exist. And just taking that in for a moment, let's imagine that we are co-creating a sacred circle here and now for this reading. And we're doing so by calling in the 4 directions: the east, the south, the west, the north, above, below, and the middle. Come and be with us. Come and be with us as we sit in this sacred circle and call in to sit beside us all of the elementals: earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, and gammas, and all those elements yet unknown to man. Come and be with us. Come and be with us as we sit in the sacred circle, asking for this divine and brilliant light, this wisdom and guidance, this abundance, joy, peace, and love to not only fill this circle, to fill us, but that it may fill all those we come in contact with. And then allowing that to come in and accepting all that you feel, all that is shifting, changing, and moving as you sit in this I am presence. I for intention. Allow an intention to flow out from your heart. And A for the attention that we are placing on this intention that is welling up from the heart, expressing itself outwardly. And M, the letter M in the I am, is for movement, the holo movement, the wholeness of movement, the movement that flows and is the container for all of life, for all is constantly moving. We know that is the one consistent aspect of life, that everything is changing, everything is moving, and it's holographic, multidimensional, as we are too. And so let's expand that circle even more so, or even more deeply, by calling in all of our guides, angels, and teachers. The 2-legged, the 4-legged, the many-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, and the creepy crawlers. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. Sit with us, besides us in this circle, and feel that connection of all that is, of all that is. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. To all of our ancestors, those who have gone before us, lived a good life and transcended, and now are here working on our behalf, here today, in this beautiful pre-dawn of spring. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. Or if you are in the Southern Hemisphere, winter. Come and be with us, all those whose names we do not know, but whose blood runs through our veins. So lastly, I will just call upon Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, Infinite Creator of all that is, of all that is. And recognizing that within ourselves, this divine union with our own hearts. And now I'm going to rattle for a few seconds just to allow for a deepening of an alpha or theta state to make that cosmic connection for us with ease and grace. what I'd like to do is have you take that intention that you have formed or allow to flow up from your heart and blow 3 times into the basket with me. Thank you. And then I will see you on the other side. This reading, which is really fascinating because most of it is right here in this in this central square or rectangle, and yet this diamond at the center is pretty open. There's one piece, I don't know if you can see it, it's over here, and it is in the most outer aspect of the reading, and that is it's a turquoise heart, and it represents soul retrieval. So that's just kind of, I think, what is going on actually in the outer stretches of the collective. I've heard other channels talk recently about, ancestral healing being a big theme. And of course, it always is. And there's always an aspect of ancestral awareness to have. So this is in the greater field, we're looking at that. There's so much going on. I'm going to focus in on this centerpiece, but things are really tight, really tightly woven, which is really fascinating. And at the center, we've got, oh, that was really interesting too. This little triangle was standing on edge, which is second chakra, right at the center. And then this crystal, which represents the element of air or the mental plane. So creative source, the mental plane. The inquiry is really, really amazing here today. It's this piece of coral. So if you were imagining this coral represents your intention, you at your feet, your arms stretched out, asking for an answer, asking for information. And yet on top and around it, there's several coins. We've got a wish coin, so make a wish. And then like this beautiful wish coin or receiving around a home, the house, the home, a coin about the home. And that's fascinating. I'm going to take that off for a second just so you can see also that we have Father. And looking right into the inquiry here, we have Eagle Condor. Being on your eagle's perch, taking a greater perspective. And then I wanted to point out too, if I can do this without knocking everything over. Okay, this coin is reaching up against it, and that is Mars, or leaning up against it. So it's really time to receive energy toward taking action, right? And then we have ancient ancestors here, the ancient ones on your mother's side. Your maternal ancient ones, but the men, this represents the men, and they too are on their side, which again, I know this seems really repetitive, but I've been saying it almost every reading lately, is when pieces are on their side, it's like there's actually 3 sides to every coin. Front, back, and then the edge. And so when things are on their edge, we know we are seeing a broader scope of what is going on, or at least we have the opportunity to. We may not understand it. Sometimes, we're just looking at something and we're looking right past it, but it's there. The ability to see bigger picture is really here now. I think this is what the veil being thin and the downloads are really here for us. We've got a 10 altogether. We've got 4 over here, though, looking at foundation, this whole Pluto return coming to completion, in the United States. So things, I believe, are coming to a culmination. We've got Venus. So truth, love, and beauty, talking stick, speaking your truth, speaking, and or also listening, deep listening. It also represents a state of deep listening when someone else is talking and we are listening with respect, right? For the wisdom that is in all of us. We are all channels, right? And yes, this is a beautiful time for the sacred. It's time to receive, to see, to feel and sense the sacred in your life. And also, this is drum and, or the heartbeat of the earth. Drum, passion, insight, awakening, enlightenment with community. So I'm just going to say some keywords here too without much explanation since there's so much. I think what's important with all of that said is that we stay in this place of innocence. We have deer toe as our frequencies are shifting. We have timekeepers. We're at a little bit of a pause, I would say, and it's interesting. The other timekeeper is here next to the key. So, and here is the lock. Very interesting. So I would say if you're feeling a little stuck or things aren't moving the way you would like them to, look at what's underlying, kind of like sudden and unexpected changes. We have a lot of, cosmic influences here. Uranus, the sun, Neptune, I believe that is underneath. So yeah, maybe some fog, some kind of emotions. It's all part of the blueprint that we came in to experience actually as a human and on this physical plane. And it's all being amplified right now. This spiritual journey that we are on, let me see, I believe this is the moon. Oh no, it's no, this is Neptune. So interesting. So it's kind of like there's the fog. There might be some fog. So then I thought this was Neptune here. It's actually the moon, I believe. Yes. Okay. So the moon, sun, moon, Uranus, whatever is feeling, it might feel like something is ready to burst forward, and it will. I mean, we have Uranus. It's like lightning. Something's going to just burst forth and make itself known, show itself. And, and so what's important is to stay grounded and be in a state of allowing for that creative aspect of the self to engage with it, to flow with it. So let things flow. So, and even if you are feeling like, things are a little stagnant, things aren't moving as quickly as you want them to, even though all the planets are direct and things are moving, you just might feel like your things in your field, things in, that you're intending or working on aren't really reaping the outcomes that you're wishing for, but just hang tight. It feels like it's definitely, it's like we're stirring up the pot right now. The pot is really stirred up. Interestingly enough, the fork in the road, and we've got the collective on its side here, a little froggy. We have mother. There was your father right next to you. Here's mother, kind of at a beautiful angle to this. And so, there's a collective healing happening. It's not just individual. In fact, the planet Earth is going through a healing. And, there's abundance to be had. This destructuralization, destruction, demolition that's happening, it's all a part of a transfiguration that we're all experiencing because the earth herself is experiencing this. We know it's because much of it is because Saturnian, the old structures, the old ways no longer serve. And this is important because here you are And you know, it's critical. It's critical. There's the key here. And this idea of noticing what no longer serves and allow yourself to release it. Acknowledge. I love, there's Robert Thies, who channels and has been channeling Archangel Michael for like 25 years. He's boiled it all down to the 3 A's. He says, become aware of what it is. So just allowing something into your awareness is a huge part or a huge step forward. Acknowledge, become aware, allow, and become aware, I think it is. Oh my gosh. The 3 A's. You know, it's all about acknowledgement, awareness, and just allowing things to flow, right? Allowing things to move. Even if something comes through that is not comfortable, you can just acknowledge it for a few moments and then allow it to continue on its journey, just as it is allowing for you to be present in its awareness. It's a two-way street. So big rebirthing times for many. We are feeling with the release and letting go of what no longer serves. So much is changing. Wow, another piece on its side, we have the heart. Yeah, many are feeling, you know, big heart shifts. And look at the ancestors. It's kind of like they're like a little zigzag here. We've got mother, the great ones on your mother's side, grandmother on your mother's side, young adult on your mother's side, and a child. It's like an entire circle. And then another ancestral, you know, circle, so to speak. We've got grandmother on your father's side, right by the heart, your paternal grandmother. Young adult, your grandfather, so grandmother and grandfather, paternal, and then the great ones, and a child. So another beautiful, kind of almost a half moon or half circle. Sorry about that, I kind of knocked that out of whack. But what I will say is that, you know, even with this weaving, it's like things I feel like are so interwoven right now. And that's really what's important to be aware of, the interconnection of all things. And what's important, what I was saying before, was just to be in a state of innocence, awe and wonder about it. First chakra, the great mystery. You know, there will also be aspects of all of this we never know, not in this lifetime, or at least not in this physical form. Maybe if you ask for more information about it, because it's something that's happening deep within us, the DNA. What's important is we've got bear claw. It's important to take time for introspection. And this is the shaman, and this is reflection. So being your own medicine, be your own shaman, or reach out to someone you know that is doing shamanic work for deeper insight, something like these readings, this divination process, because it's like the star that you are, your star nations. This is what's coming into alignment. We are coming back into alignment with knowing the truth of who we are as a star, as a member of this we're galactic citizens, not just citizens of the earth. We came once before, way, 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 way beyond time and space, right? And now we're just here manifesting this solidifying it in a human body. And what we are feeling, I think many of us are feeling, it's time for this beautiful sacred and divine union with the self. That's what this heart is about, and this Celtic knot. So there is much that is not yet created. And work, as far as work, it's all about having a vision, clarifying your vision, being aware of how the downloads that you're receiving now through this third eye, How are you seeing, cutting through what no longer serves? The throat chakra, expressing your vision, sharing it with others. Sometimes, I find so often just sharing, even if I don't quote unquote know or have the answers, like have everything laid out before me, but speaking it, sharing it in community or with a loved one or a trusted friend, then I receive clarity. And much of this clarity is going to be about how to remember or realign ourselves with the divine feminine, because things are so out of balance with the earth. So, just for cleaning up the earth in the most basic sense, the way, in any way, shape, or form that we can. She's going to be really shake, rattle, and roll herself, and we're going to have to be prepared to go with that flow when the day comes, which one of our keywords when we started today was all about flooding. And we know that that is a key factor in weather these days. Flooding, rain, tsunamis, just incredible weather patterns. So, stay in a clear state of mind, a childlike aspect of awe, wonder, innocence. Whatever emotions are bubbling up underneath, allow them to come forward. Know that you are going to have a quantum leap, a big bang experience of unlocking whatever it is you need to unlock. And that key will be to give yourself the awareness of protection, power protection. Shield yourself so that you have clear boundaries. What is mine, and what is yours is yours. That is key right now. So it's not to negate, make something good, bad, right, or wrong that is not in your awareness or your belief system, but it's just to be aware of what is yours and what else you are picking up from the greater, right? From the collective, from this collective transfiguration. So there's a lot of energy being dumped, being moved through, moving through. So, allow yourself to move too, so that, you can work on and take what is yours, and the rest you can just release, right? Back to the all that is, the great mystery, and allow it to have its own holographic flow of energy with the greater perspective of what's going on. That will in itself facilitate this outer aspect of ancestral healing. Because the truth is, it's happening whether we think we're willing it to happen or not, or wanting it to happen or not. The will would come in as, yes, I want to do this consciously. That would be a choice. But it's just a part of its natural evolution, right? So I'm going to switch back to the other screen. I hope you took from that some really simple nuggets of wisdom, some kind of guidance, some kind of awareness, aha, or awakening about some kind of a connection in your life, that you are witnessing a flow of release, right? And with that flow, with that releasing, bursting forth is all this creative energy. Remember, we had at the very center, we had second chakra, and we also had first chakra at the great mystery. So it's like by releasing, we are allowing a much greater field of information to be accessible to us. And we can tap into the most creative aspects of ourselves. I believe Pam Gregory also mentioned that the 8th was going to be an incredibly powerful day for creativity, for tapping into your creativity. So take advantage of that. Hopefully I will get this recorded and uploaded on YouTube today or tonight. And then you will be able to, if you have listened to this, to take advantage of knowing that on the 8th and be receptive to this creative life force that's bursting forth through the cosmos at this time. So with that said, and again, just acknowledging the gratitude, humility, appreciation for all that was received, all that will be received from this energy. No, it's not linear. These readings are not linear. They are filled with life force. They were filled with elementals and aspects of ourselves and others who are on this journey with us. So know that you are receiving healing, awareness, clarity, vision, abundance, joy, passion, and it will be beaming out from you and affecting all those you come in contact with, simply by your state of being at the frequency that you are. So in full faith, so be it. Aho. Thank you for joining me, everyone, and I will see you in a couple of weeks.